White History Moment. Nick is here, the anchor baby and the producer of the Jesse Lee Peterson show, and that amazing opening you made with White History with Trevor
Hmm.
Wesley.
People were clamoring for the full song. I had to give it to the people, or else lest we have riots.
I didn't realize how beautiful that song is
It's
until I
nice, right?
heard more of it today.
Yes,
He does
very
a
nice
good
song.
job with singing. I didn't know Trevor sing like that. What the?
Total.
Or maybe I forgot.
Mhm.
Anyway,
It's White History Month.
I'm gonna
amazing.
celebrate with my friends.
Amazing. So today, for the White History Moment, you're talking about the origins of the Star Spangled Banner.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys are, I'm sure, sick of people singing "We Shall Overcome" and "Lift Every Voice and Sing." The Black National Anthem is going to be played before NFL games now.
I can't even believe that anyone would tolerate that for a minute.
It's crazy. And the sad part is, if you look into the history, it's just messy, like just crappy history. Like, for
Yeah.
example, "We Shall Overcome." That's the song that those Texas Democrats were singing really
I'm so
badly.
sick of that song and the people who sing it.
Yeah. Well,
They need to overcome the devil.
big time. Hey, Jesus.
Yeah.
But it's the song comes from, apparently it's derived from a gospel song called "I'll Overcome Someday" from 1901. But the version that we know and those Texas Democrats sang was first sung by tobacco workers who were striking. It was like they were union. They made a union and they were striking, led by a black woman named Lucille Simmons.
Which song?
"We Shall Overcome."
Oh Lord, no
We
wonder.
shall overcome. And so Lucille, this black woman, led them in this protest, Lucille Simmons. And she's this black lady who was involved in all sorts of progressive labor reforms and civil rights activism. You know that's communist already.
Yeah.
But she was also found to be associated with unions that had communist ties. This is like all documented according to Low Country Digital History Initiative.
Well, I know several of those unions came about as a result of the blacks being angry, and they decided in order to build this union, they had to get the angry people to do it. And so they went and gathered the angry blacks. And that's how some of those unions came about for sure.
There you go. So that's
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it's fun. That's actually such an interesting point. They go for the angry people.
Yeah.
It makes total sense though.
Yeah.
And that's the history of that song. And "Lift Every Voice and Sing," the Black National Anthem, was actually originally a poem by James Weldon Johnson in 1900, and it was actually originally a celebration of Abraham Lincoln's birthday.
But the "We Shall Overcome" is not the black.
No. "We Shall Overcome" is one song.
Right.
"Lift Every Voice and Sing" is the Black National Anthem. Or
That's
is what it's
it.
called.
Right. The "We Shall We Shall Overcome" is a song that was started when they were having a little fake so-called civil rights movement.
Exactly.
And they got word. They didn't overcome anything. They went into it.
That's
What the?
That's a good point.
All right, go ahead.
But this "Lift Every Voice and Sing" was originally a prayer, about Thanksgiving, for faithfulness and freedom, and about Abraham Lincoln's birthday. But the NAACP took it over and turned it into a Negro national anthem for its power in voicing a cry for liberation for African American people. So take something somewhat good and corrupt it.
Yeah.
But you look at the history of the Star Spangled Banner, it made me look into that, and I was like, I never knew, right? I didn't know any about this. Maybe you guys know. But the story is really inspiring. It's really, really cool. The lyrics of the song come from the defense of Fort McHenry, right? And this poem was written by Francis Scott Key. Francis Scott Key was a lawyer and a poet. And he was actually on a mission approved by the president at the time, James Madison.
All right.
And on this mission, because at the time, Britain and the American colonies were warring, right? The Americans wanted to be independent.
Right.
And there were prisoners on both sides. Many prisoners were taken. And so Francis Scott Key was given the okay to go to, because the prisoners were held out in the sea by the British boats. He was given a permission to go and negotiate the exchange of prisoners. We'll give you your British prisoners back if you give us our American prisoners back, right? And so he went there, he negotiated, and they said, all right, right on. we're set. We're gonna do the exchange. We're set. So Francis is like amazing. He goes down into the boat. He's in the British warship, and it's full of prisoners, like just full.
Amazing.
And he tells the men, tonight you're going home, rejoice, right? And they're like, right on. And so he goes back up to the ship, and the admiral comes up to him. And he tells him, I know we agreed to this, and I'm going to honor our agreement. I'll release the prisoners, but just so you know, it's just for show, because tonight we're gonna defeat you guys. We gave you guys, the Americans, we're giving you guys an ultimatum. And he points out to Fort McHenry. They're on the sea, and he points out to the fort. And on this fort, there's a flag on the rampart of the fort, right?
Right.
And he tells them, we gave them an ultimatum. That flag either goes down tonight, and you say, you admit defeat, or we bomb the fort until it's not there anymore, right? And so that's what happened. The night goes, the sun goes down. Francis Scott Key had to stay on the ship because he heard about this. They can't just let him go. He's gonna go inform the Americans. So he's on this boat with the prisoners, watching the British just start bombing them, right? And you have to take this in for a second. This is like hundreds of warships on the sea.
Amazing.
You can just see, all you see is dots of British warships bombing the fort. And the prisoners are asking Francis Scott Key, so is the flag still there? Is the flag still up? Please tell me the flag is still up. And it's night, right? You can't really see, but the flag was lit up by the red glare of the exploding shells, right? And the flag, and Francis sees the flag. It's still there. I can still see it. It's still standing. and the story goes that, the flag was still there. And he was inspired by that battle to write the Star Spangled Banner. And he told them, I'll end it off with this, because the admiral asked Francis, what's the matter with the Americans? Don't they understand that this is an impossible situation? And Francis Scott Key said that the thing that sets American Christians apart from the rest of the world is that he will die on his feet before living on his knees.
Wow.
Deep.
Goosebumps, story,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Did you know that, Nick? I mean, Chris?
I didn't know all those details. No, I didn't.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the. I
That
didn't know
is
about him.
amazing.
I didn't know about him being on the boat and all that. I knew he wrote the song, but
Yeah, he had to be on the boat because
right.
after becoming aware of like military plans, they're like, we can't just
Got to
let him
hold
go.
him there.
We got to hold him there till it's over.
Yeah, I didn't know those details at all. Actually, that's incredible.
That is. Thank you, man.
No problem.
Making America great again. We cannot forget white history. Thank you, Nick. Amazing. And don't forget to like, follow, tweet, subscribe, and share the Jesse Lee Peterson radio show, folks. We really appreciate it. We are at war. It is a spiritual battle for the soul of America. And it's going to take all of us to do it.